Hello and welcome. One of the biggest adjustments that foreign nurses have to make in transitioning their practice to developed countries is related to medications. Because there's a lot to say about medications, I'm going to break it down into bits for easier understanding and assimilation. First of all, the medications you are familiar with take on different names, forms, and maybe doses. Does that mean that all your hard work in memorizing medications comes to waste? No, it does not. There is a lot of similarities, even though you still have to make a lot of adjustments. You have to learn new things. And what is the biggest factor that makes this adjustment necessary? The biggest factor is the pharmaceutical industry, the companies that make these medications. There are different medications made by different companies, and they have different labels or different names. That is, they use different trade names or different brand names, to market their product. So that's one of the biggest differences. Another difference is the dose. Another is the formulation or the strength of the medication. Let's use the typical example of what we call paracetamol. In Nigeria, we call it paracetamol, or abbreviated as PCM. Paracetamol is the generic name. Panadol is the trade name. It is also called paracetamol in UK, Australia, India, and in fact, most of the world. But when you come to US and Canada, the generic name is acetaminophen, and then the trade name or the brand name is Tylenol. So you see that there is a difference. Same medication, different brand names. And in fact, sometimes, as you see with this one, different generic name. Another difference is the dosing of this same medication. You find that in Nigeria, for example, I'm using Nigeria because that's where I'm more familiar. In Nigeria, what you see mostly is the 500 milligram tablets, the 1000 milligram or 1 gram tablets. And another thing that is common is you see the syrup, which is mostly used for children. But over here, you find that there are different dosings. There's 80 milligram, 160 milligram, 325 milligram, 650 milligram, 500 milligram. So you see that it has more forms here. Then another thing is the form of the medication. Back in Nigeria, you find tablets and capsules. I mean, tablets and syrup, like I said earlier. But here you find it in different forms. You find IV, you find tablets, you have caplets, you have capsules, you have the liquid form. So you see that it has more variations. So you know what the medication is, but when you start practicing, you see it in different ways. So these are some of the adjustments you need to make, and this is just for Panadol or Tylenol, depending on what you call it. So there is no end to the names and forms of medications everywhere you go. But the trick is to learn the ones that are more commonly used. And for the United States, that is pain medications and anxiety medications. We are going to cover all this in subsequent videos. Thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe, and follow for more.